Alright, y'all, man, it's your boy Humboldt 2 times for me. Back in the video, man, for me. Follow the Instagram at Humboldt 2 times. Now look, y'all, today talking about the power of letting go and finding peace and surrendering. Now look, before I end today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to the Most High in general for everything. I'm also giving you a shout out to myself as well for wanting to receive this good information and give out this good information as well. I'm also sending good positive energy, good positive protection, good positive feeling, and good positive energy towards everyone always deeply. I thank you all for coming here and watching my videos, supporting, you know what I'm saying, soaking up this good esoteric information. Any information that you are receiving from me is already information that is naturally already within yourself. You know, I'm just here helping you relearn it, re-understand it, re-overstand it a lot more clearly than what you already do, right? You know, etc. I'm literally your reflection, you know, etc. But let's go ahead and get ready to the video. Also, if you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me, DM me on my Instagram at HumbleAli 2 times. Now let's go ahead and get ready to the video. And the power of letting go and finding peace and surrender. What do I mean by this? It's imperative that you let go what needs to let go. I know that can be hard to do. I know that can be very challenging to do, but it is going to set your soul free. You are already free, but it is going to help relieve your soul. You know, it's going to help, it's going to help relieve your soul. It's going to help your spirit and you just feel more at ease, more better about yourself, right? And sometimes to get that peace that we want, sometimes we have to let go of things, right? Even if we don't want to let go of it. You know, sometimes, a lot of times, we have to get uncomfortable. We have to do things that we really don't want to do, you know, and it can be challenging, right? It can be very difficult, right? But you know, letting go is it's an interesting thing, but it's also a beautiful thing. You know, it's a part of life. You know, when you let something go, something else starts to grow. I'm gonna say that again. When you let something go, something else starts to grow. Sometimes for things to work out, other things have to get cut out. That can be relationships, friendships, brotherships, sisterships, etc. You know, and change is a big part of the universe. You know, I remember a couple summers ago, I didn't want to change. I kind of just wanted to like stay where I was at, you know, because I was just in good vibes. I enjoyed where I was at. I was like, this is like, I'm cool with just staying in this energy. Like, I really rock with this energy, but the universe has other things installed for me. And later on, I realized I'm glad I did change because I needed to change. Even though at that moment I preferred being in that same energy that I was in, but sometimes for you to grow, sometimes for you to get the things that you want, you have to change, you know? And you know, I know that's very hard to do a lot of times. I really do understand that, but you know, it's your mind, like, it's your mind, it's your spirit, it's your soul, it's your higher self, your lower self, it's you. Like, you really just have to you have to be self and you have to become, you know, and sometimes it's okay to surrender. Surrendering doesn't necessarily always mean that you're giving up. Sometimes surrendering means I'm surrendering because I'm doing what's best for me. I'm doing the right thing for me, right? I'm doing the best. This is the best option. This is the best choice that I need to make for self, right? So don't try to fight the journey. when it comes to letting go with certain things that you are going to have to let go of. And just know that there are other things installed. There are other things that are coming into your life. There are other things that are already in your life. And, enjoy the experiences. Because once it's done, it's done. Once it started, it has started, that's just the honest truth. And sometimes it's good to surrender and really be with the flow of yourself, with your higher self, and with the flow of the universe. And what I mean by that is that really going with how the way things are supposed to be going, not necessarily how you may want them to go. And if it's meant, then it's meant. And if it's not, then it's not. And that's just the honest truth. And I don't recommend looking at letting go as a bad thing. It's a good thing, but we've been programmed to think that it's a bad thing of letting go. You're starting a diet, so you're letting go of your favorite foods, or certain things just aren't aligning anymore. So you have to let go of your girlfriend, or your ex, or your boyfriend, or friendships, etc. A lot of times we go back to these things because, including myself, multiple times, because, and with another thing is too is when you are letting go, right? When you're letting go, right? I know it can be a very, very difficult thing to do. It's a lot of, I'm gonna open up with you guys, which I do a lot. But right now in my life, it's a lot of people that I would love to have in my life right now. But I know right now we're just not aligned at this moment. That could change, but at this moment we're not aligned. And I'm aware of that. And I have become more aware of that. And I will continue to become more aware of that. And I don't say that in a negative way. I say that from a real point of view, a positive, a high intuition from higher self and a view from the universe. And it's a lot of people that I want in my life right now that I would love to have in my life, but I realize that we are not aligned at this moment. That can change, of course, but at the moment we're not aligned. Energy has to be aligned. If not, you guys will not be around each other. All right? It's the same thing with manifestation. You have to align your energy. The energy must be paired. If it is not paired, the manifestation, the energy would not combine. The energy would not pair. The energy would not connect. Y'all would not come together. Y'all would do the complete opposite. Y'all would separate. Y'all would disconnect. But even when you think you're disconnected, you guys are still connected, though. I know that might be a lot to take in for what I just said in a quick few seconds, but sometimes it's okay to surrender. Sometimes it's okay to just, you know what, I'm gonna let it go because it's calling. What I mean by it's calling is that it's time to let it go. It's divine timing. It's time to let it go. This is where the trust comes in. This is where the faith comes in. You say you have faith in God. You say you have faith in yourself. This is where the trust comes in. God not going to put anything on your plate that you can't handle. God knows exactly what it's doing. Your higher self knows what it's doing. You know what you're doing. Even when you think you don't know what you're doing. Even when you feel scared. Even when you feel lost. Even when you feel uninterested. Even when you feel confused. Even when you feel anxious, anxiety, depression, etc. You are still in control. You still know what you're doing deep down inside. Rather if you want to accept that or not, rather if you are subconsciously aware of that or not, but you still are in control. You still know what's going on in your life, in your journey. And don't let anybody make you feel bad about letting something go that you know that you need to let go of, and every day you're not gonna, we don't feel the same every day. You're gonna feel different every day. So, and I know that can that helps a lot of us go back into the past. You know, it's been multiple times where I've gone back to the past where I probably shouldn't have done that, right? But I did though. And you deal with the consequences, whether if you want to or not. In other words, karma. You know, whatever you do, you're gonna get that energy back in return. So, and just letting go. I feel like that's one of the most hardest things to do in life is to let go, especially something that you don't want to let go of, something that you want to be a part of your whole life. You know, you guys want to, especially with someone you want to grow old together with. And be elders together and all these beautiful things, right? But sometimes we have to let go, even if that's not something that we want to do at all, right? But take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You know right from wrong. And you are the future. You are the present. You are the past. You are your higher self. You are your lower self. You are the ego. You are self. You are the universe. You are God. You are goddess. You are God, goddess. Right? And it's okay to reach out to people if that's what you're truly want to do, and if you're doing it in a respectful manner, then that's fine. In some cases, that's fine. And I don't mean to come off negative, but this is kind of how the way I look at things sometimes. When you are letting something go and then you return back to it, even though you know deep inside you shouldn't, now it's kind of like you're restarting all over again, doesn't it? It kind of feels like you have to restart. Now you're trying to like let go again, but now it feels even harder because you went back into the past, right? So I'm saying this as a reminder and to give you guys information that, sometimes it really is best to let go. A lot of times we have a lot of other beautiful things traveling and making its way towards us, but we push it back farther and farther because we want to go back to the past or back with an ex or a relationship. And the thing is, I'm not saying don't go back to your ex or your old friendships or, sister bonds or brother bonds. I'm not saying that, but if you know the energy isn't there, y'all aren't aligned, then it's probably best to just not go back right now, maybe later on. I'm not gonna say never, but just maybe not right now, and then for some of you it may be right now, you'll know when y'all are paired and connected. I mean, you're always connected, but you'll know when this is the time for you guys to rekindle and retalk and all that good stuff, and vice versa. You'll know when it's not the time as well. But it'll be up to you if you continue to keep going back to something that isn't for you at the moment. And it'll be up to you to go back to something that's waiting for you and that wants you at that moment as well. But look, man, if you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me, DM me on my Instagram at HumbleAli 2 times. I'll catch y'all for Mills on next one, man. Peace.